Adventures of Irvingman! We're looking at a mine tunnel somewhere. Even from the outside, it doesn't look very safe.
I've warned you about this hole, Pop.
It's all right. Tain't fell in yet.
Look at that. Let's get out of here.
If you can move it with your hand like that, it is not doing its job, and the other guy is right. Get out of there. The inspector says, that's a death trap in there. I'm condemning the whole thing.
What about my new tunnel? I'm drifting right off the main lead.
Then you'd better forget about it. Because if I catch you using that hole, I'll have you locked up.
I'm sure that'll get through to him. He seems like a reasonable guy.
That's confiscation of property. I won't stand for it.
I keep telling people I'm a terrible judge of character. The nearest town is Carbide. Clark and Lois just arrived there.
Well, there's the office. Mighty nice of the chief to give us such nice, soft assignments.
What's soft about tramping around in dirty old coal mines?
Lois, maybe you'll find a diamond.
Something I've noticed about this series so far, Clark Kent is not a nice person. He's a smug, arrogant jerk. The way he treats Lois, he's also more than a little sexist. I'm finding Lois and Jimmy a lot more interesting than Clark and Superman. Fortunately, Clark isn't staying for this story. This one is Lois's. He has a different story to cover, so he'll stop by on his way back.
Now, wait a minute, Pop. But I tell you, it ain't dangerous, Stan. I've been working it for over 10 years.
10 years ago, it might have been safe.
And it's safe now. And anyway, that new tunnel is off to one side.
I seen the mine inspector up here today. What did he say?
Who gives a darn what he said?
That's his answer right there, and he knows it. He says, no, I'm not going in there. Pop says, then I'll do it myself, because that stunt always works out well.
This map will give you an idea of the hundreds of miles of tunnel under this area.
But what my paper is interested in, Mr. Sims, is whether all this tunneling doesn't constitute a danger to the town of Carbide.
That's hard to say.
Suppose these mines should collapse. Wouldn't that cause a major cave-in?
Not necessarily. Here, I'll show you why.
We hired the mole people to install reinforcing beams all through the tunnels under the town. There's one now. Oh, wait, that's Pop. The alarm goes out and everyone gathers at the mine entrance. Inside, Papa's alive but buried in big rocks. It's impossible to tell how badly he's injured.
Don't go in there! Wait for the rescue squad. Pete, take a couple of the boys and get some of those heavy timbers down there. I'll get the truck over to Consolidate and bring back 2 or 3 drills. The rest of you boys get tools and stand by to dig. And move!
He's either the foreman or the only one in the area with a level head. Lois and the inspector arrive.
His new tunnel.
I told him to stay out of there. Is he alone?
Yeah.
Well, why don't you go in after him?
Gotta wait for the rescue squad, lady.
You mean there's a man trapped in there and you're just going to stand here and wait?
Now, take it easy, Miss Lane. The rescue squad has special equipment just for this sort of
Well,
operation.
he might die in the meantime.
Yes, he might, but you just don't walk into a hole like that without taking certain precautions.
If you're Lois Lane, you might think about it if there's a possible story in it. She phones in what she has while the men are gathering equipment. All the news is bad.
And you don't think we can reach him from here?
Not a chance. We got to start a new hole.
Where?
From up there. We'll go straight down to this level, then drift.
How long will it be before you get him out?
That's hard to say, miss.
We've got to sink a new shaft.
Why?
That tunnel's liable to collapse any minute.
They can hear Pop calling, so he's alive and conscious.
Couldn't someone go in after him?
It's too dangerous. Then we'd have 2 men to dig out.
Well, I'm going in there.
You stay here. That's a death trap.
But that man...
We're doing all we can. If everything goes all right, we'll have him out of there in 24 hours.
24 hours?
Now, you stick to your reporting, Miss Lane, and leave mine rescue work to us.
I don't know what she thinks she could do. These guys are doing everything they know how to do from a lifetime of experience, but she and her brother once tried to dig a hole to China when they were little, so she knows about mining too. Next thing we know, one of the crew has boobs.
Feet. That means we're going to have relief for the men who are working there now. I'll take Pete and Al. Hey, where are you going?
He can't stop her, but he did recognize her. He has a hunch they're going to be rescuing two people. There's being a strong woman and a bold, fearless reporter, and then there's being reckless. Lois is still working on finding the line between the two. She's reached Pop. She gives him some water and starts digging him out.
There's a timber here. What'll I use to move it?
Use something for a lever.
Oh, but what?
Try one of them 2x4s back there.
Here, I'll use this.
If it's wedged that tightly, I wouldn't mess with it.
We're trapped.
Told you. And for all his superior air, he's still clueless Clark Kent.
Anything?
Yeah, the same old stuff. Taxes are going up, and Congress is viewing the situation with alarm.
Well, I guess I'll shove off.
Oh, it's still early.
I know, but if I start now, I ought to make carbide about the time Lois is finished.
Be sure and tell White what a magnificent job I'm doing down here.
You know I will.
Hey, make it plenty strong. Maybe you'll give me a raise.
We see a couple more near misses and he still has no idea. In Carbide, they're aware that last cave-in cut off their air. When the oxygen runs out, they're done. The crew may have a way to get to them by digging into an old tunnel not far from where they are, but that tunnel may be full of gas, the kind that goes kaboom. And Lois and Pop can smell it seeping into their little prison. The rescuers have broken through the roof of said tunnel, but the gas threatens to overwhelm them. They'll have to wait for it to clear out before they can continue. And a strict no smoking rule is in effect.
Hello, Mr. Sims. What's all the excitement about?
Gas. So we just broke through the joiner drip and found it full of gas.
That's too bad.
Huh. You seem mighty unconcerned, Mr. Kent.
Should I be concerned?
Well, I would be if it was a friend of mine in there.
And where? What are you talking about?
Sims explains and Clark runs off.
Superman! Where'd he come from? What's he gonna do?
Where'd he come from? He came from the same place that reporter guy ran to. You suppose they bumped into each other? I don't know. Let's go ask reporter guy. Hey, where'd he go? Lois is losing consciousness, but Superman is digging. I'm not sure how that lamp ignited the paper unless it played magnifying glass for the sun. However it happened, we now have fire to go with our flammable gas. He don't need no stinking lever.
Miss Lane, I'll hold up the tunnel until you're out. Now hurry.
Yeah, he'll hold up the whole thing. He'll hand walk along behind you and hold up the part that's over your heads.
Will they be all right?
They sure will. I never saw anything like that before in my whole life.
You saw him go in and the three of them come out. What a sight.
Where's Superman?
He's gone.
I expected it.
He's going to change back to the daring dimwit.
Gosh, Lois, that was a close one. Are you all right?
I guess so. A little shaky, that's all.
You better get in your own clothes. I'll drive you back to Metropolis.
That sounds grand. And Clark,
Yes?
Superman finally took me out.
If you had told him that's the kind of take you out you had in mind, it might have happened sooner.
Until next time. Video by Harry Harrison. Audio by Morris Morrison. Wardrobe and makeup by Alice Allison. Your announcer has been Peter Peterson.